Hello my friends, it is your brother Hampton from Hybrid Calisthenics, here to make a video today on building up to the deep squat. I feel like it's been a while since I've made a long video on an exercise, and it's such a beautiful day today that I'm super happy to do this. Let's get started. Being able to get in and out of the deep squat is useful because, well, humans used to poop like this. I couldn't find any stock video of that, by the way, and I was unwilling to make my own, so you'll have to use your imagination. In addition, being able to get off the ground without the use of your hands is an important part of functional mobility. First of all, you should be very ashamed if you can't do it. Those aren't the words. Where's my scriptwriter? There he is. He's doing nothing. He's just sipping coffee. Pull your weight, young man. Even though we're the same age. Well, this is what you get if you pay your scriptwriter minimum wage. Actually, I don't pay him at all. To be fair, there aren't any even words on this script. So yeah, he's fired. Just kidding, I can't fire him. He's union. Hey, chicken, you're my new scriptwriter. Don't mess this up. Don't run away. But yes, in all seriousness, as usual, you should not feel ashamed if you can't do a deep squat or any kind of squat at all. Fitness and health is a journey, and we're all at different places. Plus, a lot of the easier variations that I'll show in this video can be used for rehab, and even if you're already very strong, they can help you develop a full range of motion. So let's go. So I'm going to show a series of progressions. The principle is to find a variation that you can do safely and comfortably. Work it once or twice a week for 2 to 3 reps until you can hit the goals, and when you can hit the goals, you move on to the next progression. Okay, the first step is a resisted lying squat. These should feel very gentle and get you used to the idea of moving your legs through a full range of motion. You can get a resistance band online or even in some local stores. Obviously, you can make this exercise a lot harder by using thicker bands, but the goal isn't to get you super strong without ever doing a squat on your feet, but to prepare you for the next step, which is jackknife squats. Not everyone needs a step. I just included it for those of you who have trouble getting out of bed, or if you have other reasons why jackknife squats may not be the best first option for you. And if you do this, you want to be careful not to snap yourself in the face. That's a good rule for life in general, I think. Do these until you can do 3 sets of 50 or until you're ready to move on to the next step. For the next step, you want to find a stable object around knee height, ideally a little bit more stable than this chair, but I'm pretty lightweight, so it works for me, and do jackknife squats like this. The idea, of course, is to assist with your arms, so the more you assist with your arms, the easier the exercise, and the less you assist, the harder the exercise. You want to use enough assistance that you can do the squats with decent form. You don't want to struggle up like this. If you do, try using a little bit more support from your arms. At the top part of the exercise, your body should form approximately a right angle depending on the height of the object. But if it makes it easier for you, you can take a few steps closer and see how that works for you. Just experiment. Do these until you can do 3 sets of 35. Okay, after you can hit that goal, for the next step, we're gonna find something anywhere from hip to sternum height, and we're gonna do supported squats like this. So there seem to be 2 different ways that people do this. The first is to hinge back like this with your arms straight, like this. And the other way is to bend your arms a bit, keep your center of balance, and go up and down like this. This second one mimics a real squat a little bit more closely, and it's a little harder. So try to eventually work up to doing it like this. By the way, if you find that your heels come up off the ground like this, leaning back during your supported squats and coming closer and closer, keeping your heel on the ground, is not a bad way to start building up flexibility in that area. More on that later. By the way, for both the supported squats and the jackknife squats, you may find it easier to have 2 objects at your side like this, maybe a table or 2 stools. If you don't have these rings, you can drape 2 towels over a pull-up bar, tree branch, or anything stable that can work for you. These are fun, but they don't seem like actual squats. Either way, work these supported squats until you can do 2 sets of 30. The sun appears to be setting, so let's go inside because I have a few more steps that I want to show you. By the way, I just want to say you are a beautiful person and I hope you are having a beautiful day. I told you, I'm just in a good mood today. Welcome to the great indoors. Hey Bernard, how are you? Bambina's looking good too. So the next step after supported squats used to be half squats, like this. But I ran into an issue, and that issue is that some of you really hate half squats, which is weird because people are okay with sitting down. They do it every day, and it's basically a half squat with a chair. But you remove the chair, and suddenly it's the worst thing in the world. Oh no, this sucks. I hate this. I'm never gonna exercise again. Oh no, this isn't so bad. I can do a lot of these. I kinda like them. The hornets of Hades are stinging my quads, and they're making everything worse, and I hate you, Hampton, I hate you. These aren't so bad. So, for that reason, the next step is not half squats, but chair squats. You can use a relatively high chair, something around knee height like this, just to get you started. But eventually you want something low enough to allow your thighs to go parallel or below before you come up. At first you may want to sit all the way down and relax to the point where you can take your feet off the ground. But ideally you want to keep some tension in your legs, and you want to get to the point to where you're barely booping the chair instead of sitting down before you come back up. You can do chair squats until you hit the goals or until you feel ready enough to move on. By the way, I know my camera work for the indoor shots isn't the best, sorry about that. If you think my scriptwriter is bad, you should see my cameraman. He's the worst. So with half squats, you want to build up to 2 sets of 35 where your thighs, once again, will be around parallel to the ground like this, and you go back up. If you're not ready for this yet, you can go like a quarter squat, a third squat, like this. And as you get stronger from there, you can work your way down. After you can do 2 sets of 35 regular half squats like this, add an inch of depth. Go a little bit below parallel like this, and work up to 2 sets of 35 of that. After that, add another inch. Go lower and lower. And eventually you'll be able to do full range bodyweight squats like this, preferably with a pause at the bottom and the top. Yes. So if you've managed to get to this point, congratulations. You can get up off the ground without the use of your hands, and I think that's pretty valuable and very cool. So here's a high five, bam. But once you get to this point, leave a comment on this video letting me know that you made it. Say, Hampton, you rootin' tootin' hound dog, I can finally deep squat. Just like that. And if I see that, I'll be honored. But if there's one more thing to tackle, it's that some people have their heels come up like this when they try to deep squat. I would approach this with 3 different methods. You can choose from them, use all of them, or find your own. Just let me know what works for you. With the first method, I would just try to push myself up off the ground like this. At first, you'll have to assist quite a bit with your arms, but eventually you can get to the point where you can do this. The second method is to do the supported squats we showed earlier in this video and get closer and closer to the railing as you get more flexible. And the next thing that I would try is just to do some calf raises on a raised step like this. You don't have to use a step ladder like I am. If you have some stairs, just make sure you have something to grab onto so you don't fall over. You can also spend some time in the bottom like this to really feel that stretch in your ankle. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I really did have a lot of fun making it, so hopefully I didn't get too distracted, but I was just really having a good time. Like I said, it's been a while since I've made a long exercise video, so I might have been a little bit rusty, but hopefully I still communicated all the information across. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. The concept is not a very complicated one. You start with something you can do and you work your way up until you can do what you want. But if there's any questions, as usual, please go ahead and comment them and I will do my best to answer. I'm going to start doing more and more longer content. I know some of you like the short content. I know some of you like the long content. I plan to make plenty of both, so don't worry. Thank you for 1 million followers. That happened around last week, and I was going to make a post and a video about it, but around the time it was my birthday and I did a birthday stream where I did some Q&A, but I didn't want to do one immediately after that because I try to minimize the content about myself. I like to make my content about you. Let's face it, you're really just a lot more interesting than I am. But because I know some people will be interested, I can make a video soon about how I got 1 million subscribers in about 2 to 3 months. So keep an eye out for that. And once again, you are all wonderful people. I feel blessed and thankful every day that I have the opportunity to sit here and make content for you, and you inspire me to be a better person so I can better serve you and make better videos for you and make better content for you. So thank you so much for that opportunity. Have a beautiful day.